It is massive. It is impressive at reasoning. Oh my god. O3 is goated. Okay, I need to create a single HTML file that includes CSS and JavaScript. The requirements are this is the best model out there. A couple of days ago, OpenAI dropped O3 Mini. And this is basically their response to the DeepSeek R1, which was released a couple of days ago by DeepSeek. And this model is actually pretty impressive. They really seem to be pushing the frontiers of cost-effective reasoning. Now, they mention here, we are releasing OpenAI O3 Mini, the newest, most cost-efficient model in our reasoning series, available in both ChatGPT and the API today. Now, they previewed this in December 2024, and they go further to mentioning here that this powerful and fast model advances the boundaries of what small models can achieve, delivering exceptional STEM capabilities with particular strengths in science, math, and coding, all while maintaining the low cost and reduced latency of OpenAI O1 Mini. This is amazing. Now, without getting into too much details, I'm going to link the link to this post by OpenAI down in the description below. That way you can easily check it out, read about it, and essentially see what this actually brings. And I would actually like to mention that this new model is currently only available to Pro ChatGPT members or Plus members at the moment. Now, they mention here that as part of the update, we are tripling the rate limit for Plus and Team users with 50 messages per day with O1 Mini to 150 messages per day with O3 Mini. I am so loving the competition at the moment. Now, if you haven't heard about DeepSeek, you're probably living under the rock. DeepSeek actually is a competitor to OpenAI, which basically what they are working on is advanced AI that is basically, they mentioned they are diving into the unknown. Now, I actually did recently try DeepSeek's R1 model, and it is massive. It is impressive at reasoning. And I do believe that OpenAI is actually, essentially they are trying to build something to actually compete with DeepSeek. And, when there is competition, us, the users, are actually those that actually benefit from this competition. So in today's video, we're actually going to be trying out the newly released O3 Mini model. Now, if we come here to our dashboard here on chatgpt.com, we have our various model here. And if you look carefully here, you're going to see that we have the O1 model here, which is used for advanced reasoning. And we have here the O3 Mini model, which is, from what they say here, fast at advanced reasoning. And here we have the O3 Mini High, which is great at coding and logic. Now, we're going to try this model here, specifically, I guess, from their post here. They mentioned that this one is actually good for coding. Now, we're going to be trying this on, specifically for this case, we're going to be prompting the exact prompt on the O3 Mini High model, which is good at advanced reasoning for coding task. And we're going to be trying the same prompt as well with the DeepSeek R1 model from DeepSeek. And essentially, we're going to be running through with 3 prompts in this video and run the code and see the output and essentially judge if the output is actually better. Now, before we dive back and forth with our prompts and running the code, let's just have a sneak peek at the benchmarks. Now, if we look at the benchmark here, obviously these benchmarks, we don't have the newly released O3 Mini High or the O3 Mini model. But if we look at this benchmark here, we can see here that DeepSeek R1 actually is performing well. Like if you want to compare this to the OpenAI O1 model and the O1 Mini model, we can see that DeepSeek R1 is actually having good, it's actually performing really well in terms of accuracy. The math here as well. We see here that DeepSeek is at 97.3, and here the O1 model, which from OpenAI is an advanced model, it actually is at 96. I mean, if we look at an overall here, we can see that DeepSeek is actually doing pretty good. And guys, remember, this model is actually open source. You can literally download the weights from Hugging Face and install it locally and play around with it, compared to its counterpart, which is closed source running on OpenAI servers, which it might not be good for specific use cases. So we are going to start with our first prompt. Now I'm going to paste my first prompt here, make sure I've selected the O3 mini high model. And basically this prompt says, write an HTML, CSS, JavaScript in a single file where every 5 seconds a new glowing bouncing ball with different color appears within a hexagon. Make sure to handle correlations detection properly. Make the hexagon slowly rotate. Make sure the balls stay within the square. And we're just gonna run this real quick. And while this is reasoning, I'm just gonna make sure I copy this, and look at this here. We can see it's actually thinking. I mean, it's not as explicit as DeepSeek R1, which we're gonna see, but we can kind of have a sneak peek at what is going on under the hood. With DeepSeek, what I actually like with DeepSeek is that you can see its thought process, and let me explain here in a second what I mean by that. So I'm gonna paste the prompt here and I'm gonna click run. We are gonna be able to see it think. Yes, basically think like a human. So we see here it says, okay, I need to create a single HTML file that includes CSS and JavaScript. The requirements are blah, 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 blah. So it basically is talking to itself. It's having a sort of inner monologue, and it's talking to itself and, essentially structuring what it's going to do. So this one is running, this one as well is running. We're going to wait for it to run, and then, we can essentially run the code and see which one is better. Now, looks like our DeepSeek R1 model is done generating, and apparently OpenAI's model as well is done generating. We're going to start with DeepSeek. We're going to copy the code, hit straight forward to our editor and paste it there. So we're going to hit to our editor. So I basically created files here, the HTML files here, where we're going to have each of the projects. So for DeepSeek here, we have folders. For DeepSeek, we're going to have everything in DeepSeek and everything in O3 mini. So we're going to paste the code here, and we're basically going to use Live Saver to run it. It's a VS Code extension. So I click that and I see it here. Now let's wait. Okay, the ball is popping out, but it's not within the hexagon, which is a problem because we did specify that it should be in the hexagon. So if we look here, we would see that in our prompt here, we specified, the thinking process is actually huge. So we specify that make sure the ball stay within the square. So yeah, I mean, the ball is within the square, but it's not within the hexagon. Is this a problem with our prompt? I don't know. Now, we're going to try with the ChatGPT model. Here, we're going to copy the code, and then we're going to go in the ChatGPT P1. We're going to paste the code here. We're going to save, and then we're going to hit straight forward to our Live Saver. So I'm going to come here, and I'm going to click this. Just bear with me here. So I pick this one. Okay. This is actually impressive. Look at that. The balls are glowing. The balls are within the square. The balls are appearing. The balls are glowing. I guess the physics matches. I mean, the balls are just bouncing around. I guess it is smashing. Okay, now the balls are glowing. The balls are bouncing. It is within the square. I would definitely say the OpenAI O3 mini here actually did pretty well. Now, our next prompt here is actually pretty tricky. We're going to paste the prompt here, and here, if we read it here, we'll see using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in a single HTML file to create a simulation of the solar system. pay extreme attention to the UI to make it as intuitive as possible, ensure that every planet appears as a sphere and is labeled with its corresponding name. So we're gonna see if these models actually can generate the code for this. So we have selected the DeepSeek R1 model, so it's thinking here, and look at this is really fast. Now we're seeing how fast the thinking process is here, right? So it has already started generating the code. Now I'm gonna paste here on the ChatGPT O3 mini high model, and it is reasoning. Yeah, it's fast as well. I mean, I can't see it having that, inner monologue, but I mean, we can see the underlying thought process going on underneath here. But yeah, I would say this is better than nothing. So this is actually fast. So it's generating here. We're gonna pause the video and then resume back when it has finished generating. Now, looks like our generations are complete. We're gonna start with the DeepSeek model like always. Come here, we're gonna copy the code. We're gonna head straight forward to our editor here, paste it here, and then we are gonna go live and see what it has done. So this is impressive. We have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune. This is impressive. Can I? No, I can't do it. I can't pause it. So I guess this is a gimmick. So I can't adjust the speed, unfortunately. But I bet with more prompting, you can tell it to, okay, yeah, hey, you can adjust the speed, and things like that. Now, that's that for that one. I'm gonna copy for ChatGPT, making sure I'm copying the right code here. I'm gonna copy for ChatGPT, come in here, P2, paste it here, and hit back to our server. Clear this. Try P2, and okay, this actually looks good. So the Mercury is actually turning so fast. Venus as well. Earth, this is insane. No, Uranus here is going slow. It looks like the more close to the sun it is, the faster it is. That's crazy. Now, let's see if I can adjust the speed. Oh wow, I can adjust the speed. Guys, this is ChatGPT O3 mini high model from OpenAI. Look at that. I can adjust the speed. I can reduce the speed. I can adjust the speed. This is actually simulating the real life thing, that the closer you are to the sun, the faster you rotate. I can adjust it. I can pause it. Interesting. OpenAI is doing something here. I can resume it, adjust the speed. Hey, definitely better than what our DeepSeek R1 model has generated. This is definitely a pass for OpenAI. Now, before we head straight forward to the third and last prompt, if you've been watching this video up to this point, please consider smashing that like button, subscribing to YouTube channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss interesting videos like this one. Guys, please, this really does help us reach out to a wider audience. This helps with the algorithm and help us reach more people, and hence supporting our YouTube channel. Now back to the video. Now for our last test, we are creating a bouncing ball game, and we'll paste the prompt here. Reading here, we say here, create an interactive bouncing ball game using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in a single HTML page. The game should feature tuning animations, a controllable ball speed, and a slider brick. If the ball falls or goes down, the game is over. So make sure we're selecting the DeepSeek R1 model and we hit enter. Again, it's thinking here. I'm gonna go to the O3 mini high, paste it here as well, and it's gonna reason and generate the code. While this is doing this, we're just gonna stick around and come back when it is done. Now it is done generating the code. So like always, we're gonna go to our DeepSeek R1 result here, copy the code, come in here, P3, paste the code, and head forward to our browser. So, okay, I'm gonna try to, oh, I can control with my mouse. What is happening? Oh my God, what is it just bouncing like that? This is ultra hard mode. I swear to God, I'm not able to play it like this. Okay, so I'm gonna try to lose and see what actually happens. I don't think this way I can actually lose. So I'm not touching. So look at my hands. I'm not touching right now. I'm just basically just winning, right? So this is definitely a bug. It has to be fixed. But again, like I mentioned earlier, we are not fixing anything, or we are not prompting the model to reason and try to fix its own problems. So I would say that this is maybe a pass, but not entirely, because we have a bug. Now, we're going to head straight forward to the result from OpenAI. Just bear with me here. We're going to copy the code and then come to our P303 mini here, paste, save. So we're inside the path here. We're going to select the third project. Okay, that was so fast. So I'm going to click to restart. Okay, this was... Okay, this definitely plays, but is extremely fast. It is extremely fast for me. So, okay, let me try to reduce the ball speed. Click here to play again. Oh my God. O3 is goated. This is the best model out there. Look at this. It's actually playing. It's actually playable. So let me try to maybe have it hit there or hit here. It's actually, the physics is actually there. It actually works. So if I lose, game over. I can press to restart. Hey, I would definitely call this a pass. Definitely an interesting time to be alive. So there you go, guys. We have fully tested these models against code, the reasoning, and everything in between. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy watching these videos, again, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, and I might do another video going in depth into DeepSeek R1 model and how you can install it and run it locally. If you want to see this video, let me know down in the comment section below, and I would do well to do a video like this running DeepSeek locally on your local hardware. Thanks again for watching this video. See you guys in the next one.